Hello and welcome. The Independence Day weekend, so one has to do something special about it. Clearly the nation is celebrating. This is a celebratory weekend. We are all feeling good. This is one of those periods when every year you kind of feel something different about India. And that's why I decided to do this particular interview, because here's one man who sort of embodies that spirit of resilience, that spirit of never give up, that spirit of continuation. I asked Shardul Thakur, what are you doing since returning from England? Incredible series for India. And twice we spoke, and both times he said, I'm training. And I'm like, not one day of rest. No, I'm back in training. And back in training full steam. That's what the process is all about. That's what commitment is all about. Can you tell us, since coming back from England, every time you and I have spoken, you have said, I'm training.
Yeah, there's
This is funny.
there's
But just
there's
tell me a little bit. I mean, how this is where people need to learn from someone like you about the way you respect your sport, the way you respect your training. Just give me a little bit more.
there's just a small correction in that. I believe I did have some rest because of course we were jet lagged, so bound to have about couple of days off and then started training. I feel it's what I desire within. The feeling of just being better version of yourself every time you step out on the field. I mean, that doesn't guarantee your performances, but uh, once you're feeling good within yourself about your game or about your preparation, that sort of gives a confidence to the player, I believe. And for me, that feeling is very important to carry in any sort of game, whether it's domestic or international. So if I'm backing myself with preparation, with my routines, and I've followed them properly, then I'm very confident when I'm stepping onto the field. And then, usually I allow my game to take over as I'm playing in those 22 yards. But yes, and I mean, also coming back to your second question, that what keeps you going. Uh, of course, our sport is very demanding. If you see it, it's one of the longest sport. It's played over 6 hours, test match in a day for 5 days, and ODI cricket is also about 7 hours in a day. Yes, T20 cricket is a shorter format, but most of the days you'd be playing from morning to evening. So the amount of time that you spend on your feet is too high compared to any other sport. So as soon as you take an off meaning from the matches, you also got to spend time in your training, in your gym sessions, whether those are your running sessions or some skill sessions where you want to improve. So that way you spend so much time in your training that once you step out onto the field, you feel a bit easier on your body, on the workload point of view, and then you are not trying to play that catch up game whether you're feeling okay body wise or no. So that's really important, and I feel as a player, not only me but anyone, it's our responsibility to keep training and keep our bodies in shape.
When I look back at the last 1 year, first, take last year at this point in time. You weren't picked for the Indian team for a while. Then the home season came. You also had an injury. You were struggling. There were surgeries and all that, and injury and rehab and whatever. Australia happened. All of us thought you will be picked. It did not happen. Especially, I thought after Ashwin, maybe Melbourne and Sydney you would be picked. That did not happen. Many would have given up. Now, when I look back, you fought and you made your way back for England. How do you look back? You went to England, you contributed to the team in whatever shape or form. You were diligent with your training routines. I have watched you every day. You put in your 100%. How do you look back at this last 1 year?
Uh, well, I've spoken about it before also. Uh, where as we dream about playing this sport, everyone dreams of playing for India. And when you're playing for a country like India, our population is huge. We have lots of domestic teams the dom- uh, within the Indian cricket. So, but naturally the competition is high, and uh, whoever plays there whoever gets a chance is chosen, amongst the billions of people. So I believe whoever was and were part of this Indian team are very lucky to be in that position. So you know getting dropped from the team or not being part of the setup for a moment is okay. Every player goes through that phase. Coming out of that phase is important, and how you come out of that phase defines you, I feel. And I just tried my level best when I was playing domestic cricket for the last one whole year, and I think I was rewarded for that. I was named in the Indian side for the England tour. So, again, I would stress on the same point that it's about an individual, how he wants to come out of that phase. A lot of them may come out of that, but few might miss out. But that's what holds your character high, and that's what defines you, I feel.
Now that you've taken a bit of a gap, I mean, it's been about what, a week, 10 days, couple of weeks from that amazing tour of England. When you look back, the one thing that defines this Indian team in every test match was the fight. In Leeds, we created a winning position. We did not win, but we did create a winning position. In Birmingham, we won. Lords, we came to a winning position again. Manchester, we saved the match. You had a contribution, a telling one with that 40 in the first innings, which was rather in the difficult circumstances to bat. That was an important contribution. So every test match, even an oval, obviously was a historic one. Every test match, the team showed fight. When you look back, is that the one quality that you think stood out in this team?
I feel we brought in a lot of energy. So when we were fielding also, after having a tough session or maybe a good big partnership, no one in the field gave an impression that okay, we are letting this match go. Everyone was fighting, and like you said, we were in the winning position in almost every test match,
Yeah.
apart from Manchester game. So I would say that we were the touring team. So England team, they know their home conditions better. So probably they had a bit of advantage over us, and they both the teams were playing equal cricket. One has to agree on that. There is no doubt that uh, we showed less fight, or England showed less fight. There was equal fight, equal frictioning from both of the teams. But it's just that they know the conditions better, so probably they had an upper hand in those two wins that they had, and they were close games as well. It could have gone any
Either way.
which way. But the spirit, the energy of this team was always high, and of course, sometimes you need those individuals in the team, those who would put up big scores, and then others would follow. They would look up to them, and then they would say, no, no, these guys are going out there showing resilience, scoring runs, picking wickets. We also will do it. So, probably in the first game itself, there were quite a few hundreds being scored from our side. Bumrah took a fifer. Also, Prasid got two crucial wickets in between. I got two crucial wickets in second inning. Siraj was running in hard and bowling long spells and good deliveries, ball after ball. So, all these things count. And when you look at individuals in your own team, you feel motivated. And I feel every match had some or the other performer from our team, and rest just followed him. Whether it was Shubman in Birmingham, whether it was Rishabh with those 200s, then KL getting 100, and uh, again bowlers making things happen in Lords. Yes, that game didn't go our way, but we did make things happen. And probably also in the Oval, the way we batted in third innings, there was score from lower order also. So these kind of things keep the atmosphere alive in the dressing room.
आप इतना दिन से खेल रहे हो शार्दुल, लास्ट 6-7 साल से तो इंडियन टीम खेल रहे हो, इंग्लैंड 2-3 बार आप जा चुके हो. What was different about this team? This was a young team, relatively young team, young captain, new coach. What was different? Because, and I'm asking this because, see, we watch it from the outside. You were not in Australia, but when I saw this team in Australia, I somehow felt, and when I compared the team with England, I somehow felt England, this team was coming together really nicely for whatever reason. In the, the mood, the change room. हम लोग बाहर से आ गए ना, ऐसे आप बाहर से देखते हैं. When you guys travel together, the atmosphere there. When I looked the practice sessions, everything kind of told me that the the whole flavor around the team, and we were allowed to watch every practice session which we watched, that the flavor around the team, the bonding around the team, मुझे बहुत अच्छा लग रहा था. क्या आप ये थोड़ा सा बता सकते हो how this team kind of gelled together well?
See, I think when your backs are against the wall, there is no going back. Uh, Meaning you have lost your two senior pros who have retired from this game. There was no Mohammad Shami. Yes, there was fair bit of experience in Bumrah and Siraj. The other batting unit was fairly inexperienced, not too experienced, except for KL Rahul and a bit of Rishabh. But when when your backs are against the wall, I feel there is no going back. It's only rising up, putting up a fight, and you have no option but to somehow stand up for the nation. You're end of the day, you're representing India, right? So you take a lot of pride in that. And I remember in every huddles that we had in the morning before the start of the play, the coach Gautam Bhai also stressed on the same thing, that you 18 or 19 guys, whatever the squad composition was, we are lucky to be representing the nation at this point of time. Yes, we are a young team, but we are enough talented. If it's our day, we'll beat any side in this world. And it's just about the belief and how badly you want. And when youngsters also come in the squad, they are motivated to do something or the other. They are willing to impress a lot of people. uh, Also they are willing to showcase their talent, what they are made up of. So all these things count. And it, like, again, going back to the previous point, that it sort of creates an energy that lifts up the morale of the team. And that's what I think kept us going.
वो लास्ट दिन ओवल के बारे में थोड़ा सा बताएंगे. आई मीन व्हेन यू ऑल केम टू द ग्राउंड, बिकॉज देखिए जब 301 फॉर 3 था, हम लोग ऑल ऑफ अस थॉट कि यहां से तो होना बहुत मुश्किल है. जब टी पे इंग्लैंड गया 317 फॉर 4, आई रिमेंबर डूइंग अ टी शो एंड सेइंग दैट who knows that one more hour and maybe we will be doing a series wrap up show, कौन जानता है. वहां से जो टर्न अराउंड हुआ, and everyone, I was having a chat with Karun Nair. He was saying I had a broken injury but I was wanting to go inside. I had a chat with Akash Deep who said, the whole thing was Siraj was coming and saying हम ये कर सकते हैं, हम ये कर सकते हैं. So this kind of never give up kind of attitude. वो last day के बारे में थोड़ा सा बताइएगा. When you all came to the ground, what was it like? 35 runs and only 4 wickets.
जी, आप अगर प्रीवियसली देखोगे, मतलब प्रीवियस डे पे, डे 4 पे क्या हुआ कि हैरी ब्रूक आउट हो गए. फिर उनके लेफ्टी बैटर बेथल थोड़े बॉल खेले और फिर वो आउट हो गए. तो और वही टाइम पे बॉल भी थोड़ा सा स्विंग हो रहा था. पुराना बॉल था, अच्छा शाइन मेंटेन था, तो बॉल स्विंग हो रहा था. तो देयर वाज हेल्प एट दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम. और वहां पे हमें 2 क्रूशल विकेट्स मिले. उसमें प्रेशर बना, जो रूट भी आउट हो गया. फिर उसके बाद, और जब हम वापस नेक्स्ट डे सुबह आए, तो पूरे टीम में किसी को भी ऐसे नहीं लगा कि हम यहाँ पे मैच हारेंगे. सब लोग एक पेज पे ही थे. सब लोग का यही कहना था कि हम लोग यहाँ से मैच जीतेंगे. हर्डल भी हमारा प्लेन एंड सिंपल था, जो गौती भाई भी बोले कि यहाँ पे हम लोग मैच जीतेंगे और सब लोग को बिलीव करना पड़ेगा, तो ही ये पॉसिबल है. और सिराज और प्रसिद्ध स्पेल में थे, तो उनके लिए भी इम्पोर्टेंट था कि स्टार्ट अच्छा मिलना, जो कि मिला. सेकेंड ओवर में हमें विकेट मिला सिराज के बराबर. हाँ, और वहाँ पे बॉल हो रहा था, एंड of course credit goes to Siraj and Prasidh both, the way they held their nerves, the way they pushed their bodies, because last test match of the tour, last day, it's never easy. Siraj has played all the 5 games, so he was also tired, so it was not easy for him physically, but he pushed through it, and full credit goes to him, the way he held up himself and executed. And it was all about building the pressure, and one of the team had to falter in the pressure, and India only came up with flying colors, I would say, in that moment.
आप दुलीप ट्रॉफी को कैसे देख रहे हो, and how are you looking at the season in front?
Duleep Trophy, it's one of the tournament where a player gets reward for their performances that they have shown in the previous season, through the I would say through the whole season, in fact. So top 15 players from each zone play in this tournament, and the competition again gets tougher and a level up than what you play for state, because sometimes few teams are too strong in the state and few teams are not. But in Duleep Trophy, I feel the competition is equal between all the teams. So again, to use this opportunity to express myself, to show my talent, and of course I've been given a role. I'm leading West Zone side, so no, rather than challenge, it's an experience. It will be experience for me on the personal front, and uh, you know I also want to understand what qualities a leader should possess. I mean, I believe I have a few, but yes, with this tournament and this experience, I would want to enhance my leadership qualities, and also I understand that as a captain of the team or as a leader of the team, you need to be available for your players also.
Correct.
Yeah. Uh, so yeah, I understand that fact that I also have to give a lot this time. By give, I mean a lot of players will come and seek for advices or speak to you about the game. So I'll have to share my knowledge. We'll have to sit down together, plan, discuss with bowlers. I'll have to discuss about fields, what kind of bowling uh, suits their own style, or according to the pitch, how will they use their bowling style. Batters, of course, generally we leave it up to them that what kind of strategies and game plan they want to use according to their gameplay. They have their own shots. So yeah, there are a lot of things that open up when you're leading the team. So I'm looking forward to that.
एक और सवाल, I mean, I'm asking you because you embody the spirit of fight. Two players who, देखिए 5 टेस्ट मैच का सीरीज था, आपने खेला है, बाकी मैक्सिमम लोगों ने उनको अपॉर्चुनिटी मिला है, बट जब मैं अभिमन्यु ईश्वरन को देखता हूं 2021 से वो टीम में उन्होंने मैच नहीं खेला है। कुलदीप यादव को देखता हूं, सबने कहा था कि कुलदीप यादव एक्स फैक्टर हो सकता है, उनको इंग्लैंड में 5 टेस्ट मैच में मौका नहीं मिला। बट व्हाट आई एडमायर इन अभिमन्यु, इन कुलदीप, for example, Abhimanyu was fielding as a substitute. The effort was 200%. He was going up to the bowler, diving, and the team was encouraging. The same with Kuldeep. मुझे ना ये बहुत अच्छा लगा था. Can you just give, because and honestly, this is the one question that I thought I'll ask Shubman at the post press conference also. It missed out because I had already asked one, and the press conference was long. But I want you to just, and because you will now lead your zone, you to talk about these two fellows. How difficult is it? Month after month after month, you haven't played, but you are showing the same intensity, backing the same team. That's what makes a champion team, according to me. Thoughts?
On few occasions, I was also in the same boat.
And how difficult?
I was sitting out and not getting enough games to show my potential. So yes, as a player, you go through a lot of emotions, and it's not easy to sit out. At some point, you'll feel bored and you'll start questioning that, okay, what am I doing here? I'm not getting a game. But end of the day, there are two things. Like I said before, that yes, not everyone is privileged enough to be in the Indian side. Everyone will agree on that. And the second thing is, uh, unfortunately or fortunately, the competition is so high in India, and there are so many players, and only 11 of them play end of the day. Correct. So sitting out, we need to understand that okay, this is the best 11 that management is looking at, and you'll have to repeatedly tell your mind that okay, this was not my game, that's why I was not selected, and probably uh, according to the pitch conditions or whatever atmospheric conditions, this is the best 11 that we could field for the day, and I'm just not part of it. But yes, I am fortunate enough to be touring England or Australia, or also when you're playing in India, to be in the side, to be sharing the same dressing rooms and meal that the other guys are having. So sometimes if it's tough, I don't have many answers to that, but just one that you'll have to keep telling yourself that one day you're going to get your chance, and just wait for it.
Shardul, two final questions. One, before this tour, there was a lot of criticism coming Gautam Gambhir's way. न्यूजीलैंड हम हार गए एट होम 3-0, ऑस्ट्रेलिया भी हम हार गए 1-3, 1-3। फिर उसके बाद if you actually see against England, we won Champions Trophy, we won, and England white ball, I mean, at home, and now this series we have done well. You have been in many dressing rooms, played with many coaches, domestic cricket, international cricket, IPL cricket. Gautam as a test match coach, I mean, and again, Gautam is someone I have known for 2 decades. That's why I'm asking you this. That from my standpoint, what I see in Gautam is this never say give up kind of attitude, that the fight attitude. Is that something that you think he's brought into this young side? Is that a contribution that he has now made?
Of course, we have always seen him a player who is always willing to fight for the team, always willing to do well, and uh, like I said, the way he encouraged us in the huddles also, stressing over a point again that we are playing for the nation. So in his playing days also, uh, he always brought in that energy, he always brought in the fight, he always gave us something new, and he's had a absolute champion career. He's won trophies for the nation, he's won trophies for his own state, and he brings all those experiences, uh, all that motivation into the boys whoever is playing. And I feel criticism is just part of life, part of this sport. It will come and go, but what matters is our own intentions, and probably his only intention is to make us win, to put India at the first position, whether be T20, one day, or Test cricket. So yes, as a team, I believe we are heading in the right direction.
Last one. In my memory, and I have covered cricket also for quite a long time. I'm older than you. Two of the greatest Test series in recent times, that Australia 21 and this one. You were a part of both. You are a part of the historic that Australia series win and this England series draw. Can you compare? Is it possible? How do you look back at both?
No, both series, they are unique in their own way. Uh, in Australia, we faced different challenges. We were we were playing during COVID times, so off the field challenges were also equally hard. So that series is unique in some different manner. We were not provided a lot of facilities, XYZ. Players kept getting injured game after game. Every game there were at least couple of injuries on an average. So by the time you finished your test series, your eight frontline players are gone. They are out of the picture. They're not even present at the venue. So it was tough. Again, the youngsters stepping in, and to speak about this series, I mean, everyone watched the kind of fight that we put up, the kind of cricket that was played, all five test matches going till the last day, last session. Uh, So, this is probably cricket winning, not India or not England or not India or not Australia. The kind of cricket that we saw was something different. These kind of series, they don't happen, again and again. It almost takes few years, and fortunate enough, I'm very thankful to Almighty that I was part of both the series. I witnessed some great wins, and this is what we play for as a cricketer. We dream of, you know playing those hard games also at a times, and coming out with flying colors. And you know end of the day, these kind of moments, they turn into goosebumps moment, for every cricketer, for every fan, those who are watching the game. So I would say, as a cricketer, we grow uh, in terms of viewership also. The game spreads, and end of the day, it's a win-win situation for a player and also for the game of cricket.
Very right. Ben Stokes actually in that post series press conference came and said that, yeah, as a captain, maybe I'm sad that my team lost. But anybody, if you want an advertisement for Test cricket, just look at this series.
बिल्कुल.
ये सीरीज देखिए, हम कभी नहीं भूल पाएंगे। जो भी इसका हिस्सा था, आपने खेला है, हमने देखा है, कवर किया है, लिखा है, nobody, none of us can ever forget whether that Australia series of 21 or this England series of 25. एक किसी का मन में भी अगर डाउट हो सकता है टेस्ट क्रिकेट के बारे में, वो डाउट दे रहे हैं।
बिल्कुल 100%.
Shardul Thakur, as always, pleasure talking to you. All the very best for the Duleep Trophy, for the domestic season, for the international season, and for everything that you do. Like I always say, you're good for the game. Thank you very much for being who you are. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.